What's up guys, welcome back to District Trending, and in this video we're going to be going over the real meaning behind Eminem's new song titled Lucky You featuring Joyner Lucas. Very quickly before we get into it, I'm kind of curious, if you are an Eminem fan, make sure to leave a like on the video so I know how many Eminem fans are watching this video. And if you are new around here and you want to keep up with the day-to-day rap news, make sure to subscribe to the channel with notifications on so you never miss an upload. And if you would like to join District Trending's iPhone 10 giveaway, all you have to do is leave a like on this video and subscribe to the channel with notifications on to be answered. And if you'd like a shout out on all of our YouTube videos plus one-on-one advice with how to build a YouTube channel with a bunch of tips on the YouTube algorithm you won't find anywhere else, make sure to click the join button on our channel's page on a PC. And if you are a fan of Eminem's new album Kamikaze, this was one of the songs that stuck out to me the most, not only because of how the song lyrics are, but because Eminem decided to bring out Joyner Lucas for the feature on this, and there's actually a really good reason of why he did that, which we'll be getting into later in the video. So getting into the first thing we have on our list for the real meaning behind Lucky You by Eminem and Joyner Lucas, this is why Joyner Lucas was picked for the song with Eminem. There's not many features on this new album Kamikaze to begin with, and a lot of people were wondering why Joyner was picked for the role to be in the song. In my opinion, I think Eminem destroyed Kamikaze and he did a great job by himself, but getting a little help from Joyner Lucas did not hurt him at all. Now, Eminem and Joyner Lucas agree on a lot of things within the rap scene, and there have been many times where they have talked about each other, and one of the main reasons he was picked for this song was because Joyner Lucas doesn't like mumble rappers at all. Too much of this album, in Kamikaze, the whole album is basically Eminem calling out mumble rappers and people within the rap industry, so better that he picked someone like Joyner Lucas for this song. I definitely have to give Eminem and Joyner Lucas props for trying to strategize to get rid of the mumble rappers, or at least, get their message, very out there that they dislike mumble rappers as a whole. Me necessarily, I don't really dislike mumble rappers, but at the same time, it is kind of funny seeing all this beef being thrown between, Eminem and then the rest of the mumble rappers, and even the mumble rappers themselves, like Lil Pump. He was actually honored to be mentioned by Eminem. Speaking of Lil Pump, Joyner Lucas has also been known to have issues with Lil Pump and rappers along the lines of that, and he's even gone to say that he thinks mumble rappers are annoying and boring. A lot of people on Twitter talk about how they don't want to swim back at Eminem because, he has this sort of, popularity and just legitimacy in the entire rap industry where, they would get very much attacked if they would, and then MGK decided to attack him back, and this is where things get a little spicy here. Obviously, when MGK made that diss, it upset a lot of people, but at the same time, it did make a lot of people, appreciate MGK a lot more because they thought that, he has the guts to stand up to someone like Eminem, and then he ended up getting a lot of followers from that. A lot of people, including myself, are waiting for Eminem to fire back at MGK and seeing if he's going to destroy his career. That's what a lot of people are saying, but personally, I think MGK did come off as kind of corny by saying that he was the rap devil, but he did have some really good lyrics in that music video of his. Let me know what you guys think down below of MGK's diss, and let's get on to the next thing on the list. I mean, you have to think about it like this. Eminem has been in the rap game for over 2 decades now, and it kind of makes sense of how many awards he has and how much recognition he has. I mean, the guy's come from literally nothing into what he is now. People really do respect him as one of the greats of rapping. Of course, Eminem has had some major bangers such as Rap God and Lose Yourself. Personally, those were my 2 favorites when I was growing up. But Joyner Lucas, you have to think of it like this. He's a semi-new artist and he hasn't really had, those bangers to really blow himself up, and Eminem's putting him on the spot and, trying to help him grow, as well as, both combat the mumble rappers themselves. I can definitely see Joyner being the size, maybe half the size of Eminem in the next 5 years if he really grinds it out and pulls out a few bangers. Getting into the third thing on our list today, in the music video for the song Lucky You, they have these mass people copying every single one of Eminem and Joyner's moves and what they do. Now, this is supposed to represent how people nowadays follow celebrities' every move, and they want to do every single thing that they do and not follow their own path in life. There are a bunch of people that don't really care whether they get followed or not, but most people, they do really like the ego boost that it gives them, where they have like hundreds of thousands of people following them, or even millions, when they just follow and don't really care about their free will, and they want to do everything that the rapper does or anything that that person does, and it really makes them feel really powerful. And to be honest, I've really discouraged this kind of thinking because in reality, you have like a lot of YouTubers. It happens a lot in the YouTuber scene as well, where people just get randomly fanned on, and just it turns into this whole thing where people just lose their sense of will and they become like stans. Personally, I am a huge advocate for people who do think for themselves and don't just think what they're told to think, and they actually make their own, they choose their own stuff. Now, the option of choice can be a very philosophical topic, but you guys understand what I'm talking about. Personally, the way I interpreted that part of the music video was other rappers trying to copy Eminem and Joyner Lucas. That kind of makes a lot of sense because you think of the people that are trying to, make it in the rap industry and, they don't really have, the skill or the talent to do it themselves. So they have to copy someone bigger than them and, they don't really find success in doing that. And you could even consider it as the new wave of mumble rappers are, negatively impacting the youth in a way where people are doing a lot more drugs. People are, making a lot more reckless choices and just doing stupid stuff in general, which is getting them into a lot of trouble. And on top of that, the whole post-apocalyptic scenery that the whole music video has gives it this whole eerie feeling that this is what the world could be after the mumble rappers take over and turn everyone into sheep, and that's how the world could be, that everyone starts adopting this very dangerous lifestyle and it could lead to the end of the world. Now obviously that is a very big exaggeration, but the way that Eminem is making it look is that he really wants to be this kind of hero against the mumble rappers and the people that just are sheep, and I definitely think that is a good place for him to stand as far as trying to convey the point that he's trying to make here. Getting into some more points about the MGK beef is that Eminem really just wants to assert the point that really no one can come up against Eminem. A lot of rappers were saying that they no longer are fans of MGK because he decided to go up against Eminem, which is really something you don't do. It's almost like you're going against the hand that feeds you, even though the Eminem came first. It really is important to respect your elders in that sense. Personally, I do think that MGK's career will be destroyed once Eminem does fire back, because if you don't know, Eminem really goes hard when someone goes and disses him, and he really wants to assert the point that absolutely no one can go after him. I personally agree with the fact that, really no one should be going after Eminem unless they really do have a good reason and he got called out for something that's extremely, warranted. But in this case where Eminem, or when MGK said something along the lines of something with Eminem's daughter, I definitely think that, MGK really didn't even have a grounds to call him out in the first place and call himself the rap devil out of all things. Eminem in the lyrics even admits that he can take an L, and I definitely respect him for that and being honest with himself, because a lot of rappers, they just really have inflated egos and they can't accept that they took a loss. Another meaning that you can give to the followers, the people with the black hoods that follow basically everything that Eminem and Joyner Lucas do, are that they are just other rappers in general that just do not do anything, to the point where they are pretty much, irrelevant, to the point where they have no meaning at all in the general rap industry. What I mean by that is that the rappers are exact clones of each other and they don't really have any originality at all, meaning that they are pretty much exact copies of one another. The fact that they have all glowing red eyes and they don't really show their faces kind of reminds me of a robot in a way, and if you don't know, like a robot, kind of does the same thing over and over and expects different results, which is kind of like a lot of rappers like this. What they do is they kind of, they push a new song out that doesn't really have anything innovative about it. They expect it to blow up and for them to have millions of fans overnight. The fact that they all kind of just circle Eminem and Joyner Lucas towards the very end of the video makes me think about how a lot of rappers, they don't really like Eminem, but they kind of dislike him at the same time. It's kind of like this 50-50 thing, where if they really had the chance, they would probably go after him, kind of how MGK did. The fact that a small rapper could go and throw out a diss and, hope that Eminem would respond to it so that they would get his name out there would kind of, represent the way that there's so many of these robotic, follower people all over the place. But I definitely think that Lucky You has some kind of commentary behind it where it's kind of, predicting and just talking about the era of the rap industry that we live in right now. Anyways, that's going to do it for this one. So if you guys did enjoy at any point, make sure to leave a like on this video and comment down below what you guys thought of Lucky You by Eminem and Joyner Lucas. Personally, this was my favorite song in the album, and I'm glad he made a music video for this song out of all the other ones, because I think that this one deserved it more out of all the other songs. If you want to be up to date with all of the stuff going on in the rap industry, make sure to subscribe to the channel with notifications on so you never miss an upload. And if you would like to join our iPhone 10 giveaway, all you need to do is leave a like on this video and subscribe to the channel with notifications on to be entered. Anyways, thank you guys again for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.